there. You are welcome to another interesting episode of the BRR Show. It's a show where we have conversations around business, relationships, and real life issues. We're able to see things from lenses that are different from what you would regularly find around. And guess what? Our guest on the show today is one that you would never expect. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we shall be introducing our guests. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. The event industry is one that is ever increasing. You would literally agree with me that this industry is one that would never go out of business. And when you talk about international events and weddings, one name would likely come to your mind. On the show today, we have FTK, the one, the only Feyikemi Kukoyi. Come on. It's such a delight to have you here with us.
Oh my God, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so for our listeners and our audience who do not know you, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes. So like you rightly said, my name is Feyikemi Kukoyi, popularly known as FTK. I am a wedding and event planner, and I've been in the space for the last 17 years. I absolutely love what I do, and I plan weddings and events with precision and complete passion. Like I said, I love what I do. So again, been doing it for 17 years, have a team that's super reliable and amazing that, support me as the creative director and owner of FTK Konnect events. So we plan events internationally, not just, in the United States or in Nigeria, but we go all over and across the board. So again, I'm delighted to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And so the first question I would ask you, 17 years, you must have such a staying power because the Nigerian or African landscape is one that you would naturally want to find something else if something is not working. It has to be something more than making money. It must be your passion because you also mentioned it. Yes. So tell us, what has the journey been like for you in the last 17 years?
Well, 17 years, I actually got that number just this past December, and it felt really good. To have been consistent and doing this for 17 years has not been easy. I remember when I first came on the scene exactly 17 years ago, and well, give or take 17 years and some months now. And, I was kind of like the laughing stock, like, where did she come from? Because I came out ready. Like, I didn't come out, of course, I was still trying to find my footing, but I came out branded. I don't know where or how I got it. It was just something that's always been, I guess you can say, inborn, innate, because from a very young age, I think I've understood, even though I don't think I called it branding and marketing, I've always understood the kind of person that I was. And I love to really match everything. And so I'm always out, looking good. And so when I came out, it was like my first or second event, and I had all the stuff in FTK Konnect shirts. We all had black shirts with purple logo and branding, and everybody was like, who the hell does she think she is? Where did she come from? So it's definitely not been an easy road. It's been on and off in terms of, in the first couple of years, it's like a hit or miss. There was no consistency in terms of how we ran or the template that we used for our events. But over the years, you build events, you learn from one event, you do better on the next one. When you say that when you know better, you do better. And so every single step of the way, I started to learn how to document my steps, my procedures. I started to build a team. And today I'm very proud that majority of my team members have longevity with me.
Wow.
And it's a very, the industry itself, very high turnover. So it's not the event industry, you don't really have people 5, 6, 7 years. I've had the longevity of some team members who's been with us for 5 years, 6 years, some who started with us who have moved on, but we still are in communication. I'm either like some sort of inspiration or some sort of a mentor to some of them. So again, it's not been an easy road, but being consistent, and if you're truly passionate about what you do, you will stand the test of time. And I'm thankful that I'm still here. And I'm just still starting.
Oh my God, we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because this is something we always look forward to, as women entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'd mentioned earlier that you host international events, you organize international events, right?
Yes.
So what's the dynamics like? So
Mm-hmm.
hosting or organizing an African event
Mm-hmm.
and an event, say for instance in the United States, what are the differences, the dynamics? We just want to know so that
Mm-hmm.
nobody's thinking, Nigeria is different or
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria is the same, right?
Okay. It's an interesting feat, I gotta tell you. For the most part, international events, I would say more so in the Western world, is pretty organized in terms of it's a safe template that you can always run it through.
Uh-huh.
Now, African events, I've been blessed to do events in South Africa, in Johannesburg, Cape Town. I've done events obviously in Nigeria. I've been in the event industry in the Nigerian scene where I come back home 3 to 4 times, sometimes even 5 to 6 times in a year to do various events. Completely different. Literally, I
Wow.
tell everyone when I am in MMA, as soon as I land, the brainwave literally shifts because it's two different worlds. It's two different ways of operating the event industry. The way that things are more calculated, more in a format that is very organized and seamless and flows. In Nigeria, it is a vast difference. Things just, pop up, happen. Even if you plan it, there are many, things that would just kind of sway whatever you've planned. Not that I have not planned amazing events in Nigeria. I dare say that some of my paparazzi filled weddings and events in Lagos have actually been very beautiful, have been
Wow.
amazing. Even in this Nigeria, aside from Lagos, I've done events in Ibadan, in Abuja, and even in Ijebu-Ode. So at
Yeah.
Abeokuta, I think I've done 3 weddings there. So I feel blessed to be able to go around and see the different ways that we are able to put events together. Again, Africa, United States, completely different. And there's other places. I've been to the Caribbean, I've done Mexico. It is more organized in the Western world than in the Nigerian or African. Even in South Africa, it was more organized. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
The vendors were more cooperative, very intentional, and they understood professionalism. Now, not to say that we don't understand that in Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm just saying that the way that we go about doing events in Nigeria is just different. It's more elaborate, of course. It's more paparazzi filled. In fact, I have a media crew that follow me all throughout behind the scenes of my weddings in Lagos, Nigeria. So I love it. I'm addicted to it. It's been almost 10 years in the event industry in Lagos. Overall 17, but in Lagos, in Nigeria, and I call everywhere in Nigeria, Lagos. So pardon me for that. But in Nigeria, I love it and I keep coming back. Over the last 2, 3 years, I've done 4 to 6 events per year in Nigeria. And I'm looking forward to increasing that to 10, 20, and honestly building like an actual office front in Lagos, Nigeria. So I love it either ways.
Okay. You've done this for 10 years in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yes.
So my next question would be, why did you decide to actually come back home to start out? Because I mean, if you were doing well there, you would have just stayed there. Or did you want a wider network? Or
That's a very good question. I'm originally a Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian American, so I feel blessed to have dual citizenship. But of course, coming back home for me is like I have, not that, there's nothing more to do in the States or in the Western world where I've been opportune to plan various events in different countries. But coming to Nigeria just feels like home. And, the challenge, of course, widening and opening up the horizon, to be able to meet and my network just expanded.
absolutely.
Like I said, I love Nigerian events. We are full of life. We do and overdo everything.
Okay.
And for that reason, I feel like we have that larger than life vibe when we do Nigerian events. And I love a great event. And so I've come back home to definitely increase my footprints in the world. I just don't want to be known for just American weddings. I want to be able to do all types of weddings, all types of events, even corporate events, social events. And coming back home just seems very natural. My children are Americans, born and raised in America. I also bring them with me during the summer and
Wow.
sometimes even end of the year, so that they can infuse their culture into
Origin.
their everyday life. So coming back home is very important to me, actually. It's one of the most important things that I had told myself even when I started 17 years ago. And so when I started to actualize it with baby steps in, about 10 years ago, coming to Lagos and doing weddings and events, I was like, yeah, we're going to capitalize on this. And we have an office, in the DC area, but we want to have our office also in Lagos.
Nice.
Yes.
I look forward to that.
Thank you.
Okay, so what would be your most memorable event that you've hosted or organized?
Oh my
And
gosh.
please give details of the paparazzis that you've been mentioning since.
Okay, I guess, oh my God, it would be hard to put it down to one, but I guess in the context of being in Lagos, Nigeria right now, I would say that our most memorable one was about 2 years ago. We organized a wedding that was started out as 200 guests. They hired me and I was like, in all my 10 years of doing weddings and events in Lagos, we've never had less than 1,000 guests. And so I was like, hey, it's possible if you want to do a private event. It was a Nigerian bride marrying a Ghanaian groom. And so the Ghanaian part, we didn't want them to feel outnumbered. So they wanted to make it a small, private, beautiful event. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful and luxurious. I mean, Dangote was the guest of honor. He came with his whole entourage. And so that wedding stood out. It was just right here. Actually, my friend owns the venue, Kenny of Whitestone. So we did it just right here in Ikeja. And it was absolutely beautiful. It was memorable. I mean, the Ghanaians were coming to Nigeria. This particular family were coming to Nigeria for the first time. So they had so much to look out for. And so we had a different indigenous Ghanaian food and a Nigerian food. It was a display of beautiful mesh of culture. And I mean, so celebrities in terms of political power and all these affiliates were there. And I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And it would stand out as one of the memorable weddings that we've done in Nigeria. But even beyond that, we've done many other weddings. I mean, another one stands out to me. Again, I can go on and on from last year, but I'll just give that one and keep to it.
So we'll go on a break right now. When we return, we will have more conversations regarding the events industry. Stay with us.
Hi there, my name is Feyikemi Kukoyi, convener of Bond With Me 007, the luxurious Valentine's Day experience. Having hosted the Bond With Me 007 for 7 years in a row in the United States of America, I have decided to bring it home. 14th of February 2024, Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale is going to be a blast. The Bond With Me experience comes with a live performance from Vesta Orchestra, accompanied by a romantic live performance by Rick Hassani. And more interestingly, it is hosted by the charming Osas Ighodaro. The hilarious Bovi will be hosted alongside her. Ticket starting price is 100,000 Naira only. Scan the code to get your tickets right now.
Thanks for staying with us. You're still on to the BRR Show. And with us, we have FTK. I mean, the one, the only FTK. And so, hi, FTK.
Hi.
Still glad to have you here with us.
Same here.
Okay, so regarding the events industry and as a mom and wife, I'm trying to wrap my head around the timings where events end and start, especially set up time and set down. How do you blend those two together?
Honestly, it's something that you basically have to navigate on an individual basis. I'm very thankful to God that I have a great and supportive family. First and foremost, my husband. I mean, we came up with the name FTK Konnect events together. He had given me a different name. I had finished a 3-day 40th birthday in Miami, and it was like, as soon as you get back, let's just go ahead and call it, because he goes by STK, Samuel Tosin Kukoyi. So the TK is actually his middle initial and his last name. everyone just started calling me FTK at that event. And then he was like, when we get back, let's just call it FTK Concept with a K. But the day that I went to create the Facebook page or group, then somehow I put Connect with a K because I knew he said something with a K. And then because I was looking for a tagline, and our name is FTK Connect Events, connecting the dots of your events. So it just kind of made sense. It flowed. It was like, I told you concepts, but hey, Connect has a ring to it, so let's do it. So again, I've been married for almost 20 years. I have, yes.
Hold on. Please, can you say that again?
I've been married for almost 20 years. My daughter is actually going to be 17 in 2 days. Today is Monday, right? February 7th is my daughter's birthday. She's going to be 17. And my son is 14.
Wow.
So, yes.
Do not look anything like it. Are you serious?
I love it. My daughter is taller than me. And anytime we go to get our nails done or get our hair done together, everyone's like, oh my God, you guys are so cute, sisters. And she's like, no, I'm a teenager and she's over 40. Please do not. We're not the same age. And I always tell them, I said, no, I'm 21. But, you know, I feel blessed because, you know, I definitely feel like I had my children at a very good time. Even when I was starting the event industry, my husband is very supportive. You know, my mom, she comes in and out of America. And for a few years now, she stayed, especially when I've gone more international with events. And so, you know, she stays with the children. Thankfully, my daughter drives now. So it's just easier on all fronts. The last couple of years, my daughter has interned with us at FTK Konnect events. So she's one of the wedding coordinators and event coordinators. So, you know, it's easier because they're grown and they know that this is my passion and everyone really supports me. So being a wife, a mom, and, you know, an entrepreneur has just been, it's a balancing act. I'm not going to lie and say that it's easy every day. You know, like you said, we have late hours setting up and late hours sometimes even with the load out, depending on what country and what event I'm doing. So it's not been an easy feat, especially when the kids were younger, but now I'm just enjoying, like, you know, sometimes they get to be a part of my international events. You know, I get to fly them to the different places where we have events, especially during the summer when school is out of session, and they love it. I don't think they want any other life for me. I mean, I used to do banking. I've done everything. My background is in financial, you know, consultation and analysis. And I did that for many years in corporate America, but nothing is more fulfilling than doing what you're passionate about. And I'm so blessed to be able to, you know, own and run FTK Konnect events.
Nothing is more fulfilling than doing what you're passionate about. This is so true and so valid. Yes. Oh, wow. Now I'm looking at you from a different lens, knowing that you're over 40. Okay, so back to FTK Konnect.
Yes.
I know there's something coming up, Bond With Me.
Yes.
So can you tell our audience a bit about Bond With Me? And why you brought about the Bond With Me?
Bond With Me 007, it is called Lagos Royale this year, is absolutely a baby of ours. It's our flagship event at FTK Konnect events, and I've been blessed to do it for 7 years. And in the last 7 years, it's been in the United States of America in different, you know, cities and states. But I thought about the whole coming back to the country, coming back home, and I decided that we needed to bring Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale to Lagos, Nigeria. Where else? Come on. So we brought it to Lagos, and I mean, I'm super stoked about it. Like you said earlier, you know, doing events in Nigeria, well, maybe you didn't say, but I kind of alluded to the fact that it's not as easy. So there's been a couple of bumps here and there along the road, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love challenges, and I'm rising up to the challenge. But guess what? Bond With Me 007 Lagos Royale, I mean, it's currently the buzz in and out of Lagos. Like, you wouldn't go on social media and not hear about Bond With Me 007. We have so many celebrities attending. The event itself is being attended by premium, you know, high network individuals in Lagos, Nigeria. And it's just been an amazing blessing to bring it to Nigeria, despite the challenge, despite inflation, despite all the negative news around. We're bringing something positive to Lagos, and we cannot wait to have you there. You should go on www.ftkkconnect.com, click on Luxury Love Event, and get your ticket at ftkconnect.com.
Okay. I already feel like I'm there already. Okay, so what are we to expect at this event?
Oh my gosh. We have an artist performing, Rick Hassani. He's known to, performing like, the romantic songs, and we have him there. We have Osas and Bovi, who are the hosts of the event. We have Vesta Orchestra, who is an amazing orchestra group, musical band. And we have, the ambience is going to be like a Grammy Award. We just finished the Grammy Award last night, and it's going to be like you're coming to the Grammys. So in terms of like the ambience, I mean, we're not coming anything lower than what we've done in America. I dare you to please just hashtag Bond with Me 007 and look at the past years. The past 7 years, it's been an amazing and successful event. So from artists performing to, the orchestra band, we have a dance performance, we have the best of the best, Osas and Bovi. I will bring it.
Blend.
I'm telling you, I'm so excited. And this is the second time Osas and Bovi will be hosting an event together. The first time they did it, they had a blast. And, it's been nothing but a dream. Like you're going to come into Bond with Me 007 and you're going to be transported into an experience. Okay.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
Look forward to it.
Yes.
It's been such a delight having you here.
Thank you.
Sharing your story and really just speaking from your heart.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your time with us today.
Absolutely, Tovi. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. So to our viewers, if you've not had any events or heard about any events that FTK has hosted, you should be hashtagging and name and looking her up on social media. Okay, and so that's all we'll be taking on today's episode. Till we come your way again, stay blessed and bye for now.